What's up, guys? Back again, JZNES. We're talking about Remember Me this time. I wish that I didn't remember this game. I wish I could go and take the power from the game and take the memory of the game and discard that memory so I never remembered playing this game. The only benefit of not doing that is the fact that I don't, that I won't even be tempted to ever play this game again. Because this game sucks. Oh god, it sucks. It sucks so bad. And I didn't want it to suck. I wanted it to be decent. I wanted to stand up for this game. I heard that it sucked. I knew it sucked because people, that's all they ever say about the game is that it sucks. And then I go online and everyone's giving the game like 8, 9, 7, you know, at least out of 10. There were some like 5s and whatever, but like majority of the reviews are like really positive for this game. And I've heard my whole life that this game sucks. Not my whole life, but ever since the game came out, that it's just terrible. Now, I mean, that's the truth, is that the game sucks. I wanted to like the game. I really did. I really wanted to like this game and just come out here and say, you know what, it's not that bad. It's not as bad as everyone always says. You know, Don't Nod made the game. The Life is Strange people, you know, like, fuck. Like, how could this be bad? But it's really bad. And the game apparently sold enough copies, like a decent amount, like 1 million copies or something. I got like platinum hits at some point. So if this game is responsible for keeping Don't Nod alive, then I'm glad that it did. But also this game really sucks. I don't think it's a factor if this game hasn't aged well. I just think this game never was good to begin with. Even though there's some sort of game under here that could be a decent game, but there's baffling design choices that make the game ridiculously bad and just so frustrating to play. And that's really what it comes down to, is it's just frustrating to play. Because, so let me get into it. So there's the combat system in this game is that of a beat 'em up. So this is a 3D beat 'em up game, which, like, alright, fine. Now, for me, beat 'em ups are one of those things where you either do them super well or you get into a motion of being repetitive, and then there's no good redeeming qualities because your combat system isn't doesn't have enough depth there. There's not enough to it to sustain 10 hours or whatever. In this case, I probably spent like 14 hours on this game. I don't know. Sure felt a hell of a lot longer than it was. I don't imagine I spent maybe 14. I probably only spent 10 hours of the game, but the tedium and the mind-numbingness of the game just, oh my god, it gives me a headache just think. I don't even get headaches, and I have a headache right now because of this fucking game and just thinking about how fucking awful and how drawn out it felt and how I would just get so frustrated in the battles. Now, the beat 'em up system is fine, I guess. I mean, there's nothing too interesting about it. There is a combo system where you get to string together combos based on this sort of leveling up or unlock system where you have these certain button presses representative of a few different things. So there's one that, like, is a power attack, one that's a healing attack, one that's it adds to your focus meter, which is like this special move meter or whatever. So it goes towards unlocking your, well, not unlocking, but like refreshing your special moves faster, which take forever. I guess I should talk about that. You have special moves in this game, and they're really essential to the fights, but they take like 3 or so minutes to fucking recharge. And now the focus thing is supposed to help with that, but there's certain enemies and stuff that'll, like, they have this move where it just, like, knocks out all of your special abilities, so you have to wait another 2 or 3 minutes, and it just sucks. And then another one of those guys can just attack you, and you just have to wait again. So you have to be really careful. Then there's another one, which is like some other thing where it like chains together combos or something. I don't know what that blue one's about, but anyway, so what you're supposed to do is they give you these string of combos that they unlock gradually throughout the first part of the game. And they let you customize them. So let's say I want to do power attack, healing, focus thing, right? That could be it. But you only have, so they're only unlocked for X and Y button. Well, I mean on the 360 anyway. Y and X are your buttons there. But certain ones will be Y and certain ones will be X, based on which ones you unlock, and you have certain numbers of unlocks and whatever. So the idea is they give you these set combos, like Y, X, X, Y kind of thing. There's like 4 of those, of these like lists that you can like just basically customize. So one's like XXX, one's like YYY, something, it adds past YYY, but those are the easiest ones. That's what I always would default back onto, because doing the combos themselves is really tricky because of the enemy design, which is probably the biggest flaw of the game, is the enemy design. The beat 'em up system is not that bad, and this combo system would be fine if the combos actually worked. And it's not that they don't work, it's just that you're getting constantly interrupted every 2 seconds. You like, every time you're trying to make a combo, you're gonna get interrupted. There's no way you're not gonna get interrupted, because the thing is, the enemies just gang up on you, and hordes in this game are the worst fucking thing possible, because you have to constantly be dodging shit. You have a dodge mechanic, sure, but it breaks your combo, so there's no way that you're ever gonna get off these combos, and that especially becomes really bad when this is the only way to heal in the game outside, you know, inside of battle, is to do your healing, string a combo, or whatever. But oftentimes you just find yourself trying to do that and dodge a bunch of enemies for minutes on end, and it just gets really boring and tedious. It's like, and then you just be getting hit while you're trying to heal. There's no move that just heals you, like in an RPG or something. That would have been nice. Like, one of your bonus moves. I never even thought of this. One of your bonus moves should have healed you. That would have been cool. That would have been a way to do a risk-reward kind of thing. Like, you, instead of healing, you like put all your things into the bonus move, the focus, to get you to the bonus move that would heal you fully. Perfect. Done. That would have made the game like infinitely better. It would have been great. I mean, because you still would have had to wait, but it would have been a lot better if that had been a thing. But that was not a thing. So, yeah, oftentimes you're just beating up on enemies to try to heal yourself, and especially near the end, a lot of times there's enemies that are the bigger enemies that are going to be ganging up on you while you're trying to fight these little enemies in the horde or whatever, and even the horde enemies are ganging up on you. So there's like certain enemies, one of the enemies, like especially near the end there, was so fucking annoying. They did these battles where these enemies just like appear out of nowhere. They can like teleport or whatever, and you can't hit them, like barely. You can kind of do it, but you're never going to get the chance. There's this one special move where it paralyzes everyone, and that's the only way you can get, and it shows enemies that are invisible, which is also a big problem in the game, is enemies that you can't see, and then they just come out of nowhere, and you have to dodge them when you're trying to do combos on the other guys. The whole system is just a loop of bad, basically. It all, like, loops around itself of, like, how it can't work, or whatever. It's like, the problems compound and then just, like, infinitely cycle around themselves to just, like, make a broken game, essentially. Like, if they had fixed that, the game could have been okay. You know, that's the biggest flaw with the game, is that, and then that just makes all the battles boring, and then the rest of the gameplay is boring, too, because all you're doing is walking around. There's, like, a collectible system, which, like, is supposed to increase your health and your focus meter, but guess what I never got? Because they don't give you enough of those power-ups throughout the game. Like in a Zelda game, heart pieces, and you only need 4 heart pieces. In this game it's 5, but I didn't find 5 throughout the entire fucking game. And the paths in this game aren't like, you know, oh, there's a bunch of stuff to explore. It's like, extremely linear, which is another fucking huge problem with the game, is the extreme linearity of not, there's no branching paths or anything. It's so fucking linear, and people probably know what I think about linear games. I fucking, unless it's done like super well, I fucking hate just like linear as fuck games like Final Fantasy 13. That's basically what this is. It's just final hallway. And there's all these puzzles with this like shit that you can do with your thing. You have like this sort of like a shooting thing that you can like shoot at different doors and stuff. It's like all that stuff is not that good, and it sucks, and it's just really boring and bad, and there's nothing good about it really, other than the faint promise of like that combo system and like maybe some of the story stuff. Everything else like pretty much sucks, which sucks. I mean, like, I wanted this game to be good, I really did, but it's just not good. The whole fighting system is broken, and that's the main gameplay of the game, is this fighting system. The special move stuff is kind of cool, and there are certain bosses where you have to use certain special moves to like take them down in really unique and inventive ways. Like the final boss kind of utilized most of your special moves, which is really cool. I actually liked the final boss. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't like so hard to where you couldn't fucking, you know, do anything. And you know me, I'm playing this shit on easy. I wasn't playing this on hard or anything, but it might as well have fucking been hard mode. I mean, Jesus Christ, it was so impossible. I'm glad I didn't choose any higher difficulty, otherwise I would have fucking just really died. I think you can change the difficulty at any time, but that's small consolation, considering. So, yeah. God. Man, this game fucking sucks! It fucking sucks! God, it's fucking awful! Alright. Alright. Sorry, I just took a breather there. So I fucking hate this game. I don't want to hate this game. I really wanted this game to be good. I'm a pretty fair guy. I give games a chance. Halfway through this game, I was still defending this game like, oh, it's not that bad, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of decent. No, this game is actually terrible. There's just so few redeeming aspects. And the redeeming things about the game are so offset by the bad design of the enemies. Okay, and so that, heck, there's never like an end to the enemy badness. Every enemy is designed terribly. There's that one that teleports, that sucks. There's enemies where if you hit them, they hurt you. So it's like, there's no way around that. That's a bunch of bullshit. Because there's really nothing you can do anytime you do anything to them. There's no strategy against them. The only thing you can do is like use your special moves and just hope that you like fucking kill them before you run out of life. And I couldn't even get more life, like a bigger life bar, like I said, because the fucking power-ups are hidden so well, and it takes 5 of them. Which, like, in a Zelda game, it's like, okay, cool, yeah, whatever. That's not that hard. But there's not enough of them on the, like, strictly... I looked around and shit, too. I didn't even, like... It wasn't even like I wasn't looking. It's just not always entirely clear where these power-ups are. And I wanted to just beat the game. I didn't want to be looking for these... I was trying to look for the power-ups, but at a certain point, I'm just like, I don't care anymore. I just want the game to be over. And one thing I will say that's kind of nice, I guess, I mean, it's still heavily flawed because you're supposed to be looking for these power-ups or whatever. But there's always an arrow in the direction that you're supposed to be going, and it always is like on whatever ledge or whatever you're supposed to jump to. There's platforming elements in this game. There's a lot of kind of like Uncharted sections where you're like jumping on buildings and shit. I will say the platforming's a hell of a lot better than fucking Mirror's Edge. I don't know if that counts for much, but that game really, really sucked. This game is at least decent in the regard that, like, the jumping mechanics are fine or whatever, but, like, it's still not interesting. The game still sucks, but at least the jumping is competent, and you don't, like, fall into pits everywhere. And if you do, the checkpoint system is actually pretty fair. So, there you go. There's another little good thing towards the game. A checkpoint system is more fair than most retro games. Not that this is a retro game. I mean, we're talking, is the Xbox 360 retro now? I don't think so. I think PS2, like, maybe is the line there. Is PS2 retro, is that, like, too soon? Is it still just Dreamcast and before? I don't know, man. So yeah, fucking... And this game came out in 2013. So, like, The Last of Us was gonna come out. I think this probably came out before The Last of Us. I don't know. Maybe it did. Maybe it came out after The Last of Us. I don't fucking know. Yes, that really, really sucks. Because, like, it looks alright, too. I guess I'll just talk about the graphics. Like, the aesthetic is kind of cool sometimes. And other times it's really boring and droll. But, like, I don't know, the character designs are alright. The enemy designs are kind of cool. But, like, that doesn't save a game, you know? So, yeah. The music's okay. It's kind of action-y or whatever. It's fine. Oh, but the gameplay is so terrible. And that's what games are about, is the gameplay. I mean, there's like... Oh, God, there's parts where there's, like, these drones or whatever. And they find you and you're just instantly dead. You don't get a chance to do anything. And I thought, oh, okay, now that I have the gun thing or whatever, it's not really a gun, but now that I have the shooty thing, I would, like, be able to shoot the drones or, like, maybe hack into them. There's a hacking thing later where it's, like, you get the power to hack doors and stuff. It's like, can I hack the drones? No? Okay, fuck you. Stuff like that. Just, you're so powerless in this game. It just really sucks. Your life is so limited because everything just gangs up on you and fucking kills you. I hate it, man. I hate that stuff. I got so frustrated in those horde battles. I don't get mad at games, man. I don't. Even the retro games like Rocket Knight, where I had to try like 1,000,000 times. I don't think I cursed that much in Rocket Knight. This game made me just like, it brought out the anger in me. I was literally, I can't do it like exactly like, but I was like, fuck! I was like, you know, like, ah! I was like, I was yelling. I don't usually do that. I'm a pretty calm guy. But it's a game like this where just like, I die after like, I get so far into the thing. Like, there's this one with the two of those invisible guys that like teleport everywhere. And a horde of enemies. And I killed the one invisible guy. And then I had the other one ready to overload. To like kill him or whatever. Oh yeah, and then when you do that, there's Quicktime Events. So if you fuck that up, you press the wrong button because A is where B is, and you fucking die. And you have to do the whole thing again. And I just want to die at that point. I'm so glad this game's over. You don't understand. That's the best part about the game, is that it's over and I never have to play it again. That's not a good thing. I was contemplating the other day at work. I'm like, you know what? Can I really consider this a dud from the backlog? It's gotta be like a meh or like an okay one. But like, no, after finishing the game, like, this is a dud from the backlog. It sucks, man. It really fucking sucks. But it's not Final Fantasy 13 bad. It's not Taboo 6th Sense bad. It's just such a mediocre game that's pretty boring, but like there's the faintest glimmer of like a good game in there, so it's almost like less. It's more disappointing than The Last Guardian and Beyond Two Souls, because I wasn't really expecting a lot with those, but like I wasn't expecting a lot from this one either. But it's like, once the game started, I'm like, all right, there's a glimmer of hope here. This game actually is like okay, you know, but it quickly gets just really way too hard. and way too bad by the end. I don't mind challenge if it's fair, but this is not fair challenge. Trust me. This is very bad. Oh, fuck. Yeah. It sucks. It really sucks. I don't like this game. Now, okay, there is... I don't know that this is a good aspect of the game, but another aspect of the game is you remixing memories. That's kind of the whole thing. You're this memory hunter. I don't really want to get into the story. It's not worth getting into. It starts off kind of interesting, and the ending's okay. But, like, the whole thing is that you have this power to remix memories. And by the end, the whole message is, like, you know, like, we shouldn't be remixing or taking away memories because it's, like, we need to live those. And having those memories and those painful memories is part of life, you know? It's like that one episode of South Park with Butters, and he's like, the emo kids, and they're like, he's like, my heart's broken or whatever, and they're like, you can join us now. And he's like, nah, no offense, but I'd rather be a whiny pussy than the faggy goth kid or whatever, cause like, I got hurt, and you know, I'm glad that something can make me feel that hurt or whatever. It's a really nice message, you know, like, fuck yeah, you know, good for you, Butters. Living life to the fullest there. But anyway, so that's kind of the message of this game too. Also, there was that whole element of taking away the memories. I think that movie, that Jim Carrey movie, Eternal Spotless Mind or whatever, Sunshine, that one, they did that already, so this game basically just stole that too. So this isn't even really a creative plot to begin with. There's this whole thing with your parents or whatever, like, they're both, like, really powerful people, and they're the people who invented this technology to, like, remix and, like, take away bad memories and stuff. They, like, end up abusing it, and it's really bad. And so, basically, their daughter is going after, like, they're trying to stop them and give everyone back their memories. And, by the end, I guess you kind of just fucking let that... you know, you let that technology go or whatever. But anyway, so the point is, there's this memory remixing, like, segment where you watch these cutscenes again and again, and little things will, like glitch out or whatever, and you can, like, you get to decide, which ones are relevant towards, like, doing whatever objective you're trying to do. And so you're trying to, like, remix people's memories to make them remember something differently, even though it doesn't affect anything other than the way they remember things. So it'll get them to do different things in the real world. Like, one of them gets this guy to kill himself or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, it's okay. The story's really confusing. I mean, I get it. By the end, it's pretty simplistic. It's like, it starts off kind of interesting, and then it's just like, it gets really boring again, just like everything else in the game. But, yeah, but anyway, these memory remixing segments, it's basically just trial and error. You just kind of have to figure out what is going to affect anything, but it's kind of cool. It's a neat idea. I like it as an idea. Kind of reminds me of Life is Strange, where it's like there was those segments, like we were talking to Frank, where you have to, like, figure out what's the best things and, like, go rewind and stuff. So it was kind of a neat thing that way. It's not good, but it's something, you know. It's a nice idea. It's the base of something that could be good, but it's not, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot else to say about the game. It just really hurts to have played it and for it to have been so bad. And I was really just struggling to get through it. It's not a very interesting game. I would not recommend it. Obviously, if that wasn't clear enough already, but I just can't. Man, it's just really bad. It's just really bad. I don't know what else to say about it. I was just so much more hopeful. It's Don't Nod, you know? It was just like, I was hoping that it would be kind of underrated. It's their first game. It's like, you know, I was just I don't think they've really made a bad game since. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of their non-Life is Strange stuff, but hell, I haven't even played anything outside of Life is Strange and Before the Storm by them, so we'll see how Life is Strange 2 stacks up. But I think that's more of where their heart lies, is the story-based stuff with like minimal gameplay elements. I think that works better for them. This is a game with like some story elements. It's just really not their bag. And who even knows? It probably wasn't even the same people who made this one, but man, it's such a disappointing game. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to keep going on about it because there's not anything else to say that's interesting or unique, but goddamn, this game sucks. And back in the day, on the All Gen Gamers podcast, Middle Jesus Rocks talked about this game and how much it sucked, and I should have listened. I did listen, but I had that in the back of my head this whole time, like, this game sucks, him saying that, and I'm just like, it doesn't suck, it's not that bad, like, you know, for most of the game, and then, like, the second half of the game, I'm like, yeah, it does suck. It really does. You know, I formed my own opinion, of course. I wasn't just going off of what Middle Jesus said, but I wanted to, like, kind of be like, ugh, it's not that bad, but it's that bad. It really is. This is kind of in Capcom. Yeah, it's Capcom, too, by the way. Kind of in their dark age, you know, canceling Mega Man Legends 3 and all that shit. So this is really when they were on their downward spiral, too. This is, like, this is not a good thing for anybody. The only thing that came out of this game, maybe, is Life is Strange. And if that's what needed to exist for Life is Strange to exist, then fine. I'm glad this game exists. It's not a good game. It's just not. So, fuck. I'm gonna give the game a 5. 5 out of 10. Like, maybe you're expecting lower, but like, there's potential for a good game there. It's just, I don't hate the game. I kind of do. I'm conflicted about the game. I want to like the game. I really do, but there's some good elements to it. Very few. Very slim. It's probably like a 10% to 90% good to bad. So 10% good and 90% bad. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5. It's really low, I know, but that's what it deserves. So yeah, fuck. That's about all you can say about it is fuck. You know, that sums it up right there. Fuck. So, until next time, don't remember this game, but you should remember me, JZNES. And you should remember that I'm telling you to keep it classic, stick around for more reviews, underrated games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. JZ